Hi everyone, I'm the plant propagator and welcome to my channel. If you're interested in learning a little bit more about what I do, please subscribe to my channel. I want to start out today and thank some of the folks that have written in with suggestions. I've got a lot of great ideas for future videos. I'd like to thank Ronald G, Steve, Stephen, Kiyu, Rocky, it's good to hear from you, and also Julia, always good to hear from you as well. So what I want to do today is I don't have any really instructional type information today, but I just have more questions for you, and that is, how do you deal with certain types of wildlife that come into your orchids? I want to start out really, first thing today, I saw on the top of this little trellis, there was a lot of bird action. So there were some grackles and there were pigeons or doves that were just kind of circling all around. And what was happening is pigeons were building a nest in the top of this. And they were busy yesterday building, and I thought they'd established, and I'd have problems in the past with the pigeons building nests in in some of my orchid boxes. And what I've done is I let them go. And I still do that. Most orchid people are nature lovers, and I like most of the creatures that are around. But the pigeons were just in my orchid box, and I couldn't do anything with them for a month and a half while they were in there raising their broods. So this time I was a little, okay, they're not in the orchid box, but they were up in the top. I've got some orchids below where they were building the nest, and actually one of them was blooming that I'll show you in a second. And I wanted to, I was going to move the orchid and let the doves stay where they built their nest. This morning there was just a lot of action, and I think the grackles didn't like the pigeons building the nest there. So they got scared away. They do tend to abandon their nests, but the pigeons are still around. So there was one that was cooing over here, and there was another one that was noises over there, and I see one that's up in one of the palm trees here, and now it just flew over and landed on the pool cage. So I think it's kind of curious about what I'm doing here. I'm not really sure what to do. I would like your ideas on how to deal with the doves that want to nest in your pots or your orchid boxes or anything like that. I'm kind of at a loss. I'm thinking maybe I'm going to put a box up high in my pergola that's protected, that's going to be just for the doves if they decide to come in. They tend to nest the same place or in the same area year after year. So could use your help on that. I think I'm going to try some things, and I'll get back with you on that. Not a big orchid story, I'm sorry. And the second thing I want to talk with you about today is also not quite another orchid story, but I took my Maikai orchid down from my pergola, moved it into my front lanai. It's a very recent division of that. It's starting to grow, but it was flowering for the first time. This new Maikai was flowering. So I took it to my front lanai, and I noticed a chrysalis from a monarch that was on. I didn't see it. They're bright green, they're beautiful. I actually have a lot of milkweed plants growing throughout my yard, and I really like the monarchs. So I found it, and I moved it, and I'm going to enjoy it. The chrysalis is not ready to it's not ready to break open for any kind of emergence, but I was pretty excited to see that, and it blended in, so I didn't see it initially when I picked up the orchid and moved it, but it's pretty clear to see. And also, while we're talking about monarchs, it's a big monarch day in my garden area. So right behind me, still there, is a newly emerged monarch, and I'll show you these close up. Down here on my hibiscus, there's a newly emerged monarch, and then I've got one that I'll show you also on another plant, a dill plant that has newly emerged. So they all it's a beautiful day, 75 degrees Fahrenheit, which I think is 24 degrees Celsius. the sun is shining. It's just a great day. I'll get to the instructional videos later. Right now I just wanted to put another video together because of all of the activity that I'm getting in my garden and in my orchid areas today. So I just want to stop and take a little bit of a closer look at the newly emerged monarch, because I'm so happy that they're out, and that they'll take off hopefully soon. So let me get behind the camera and show you what these guys look like a little closer. So first we'll take a look at this guy. So this was the one that was right behind me, just came out a little while ago, and the wings are drying and it's kind of getting set up, so it'll probably take off soon. And this is just on the pergola here, on my trellis. I've shown you this before. So this is my always blooming stained glass piece that I made about the cattleya that I want to make. Right below it is a really nice colorful hibiscus that doesn't bloom that much, but it's blooming today, and it's just really nice. Right below it, I've got to switch angles a little bit, and right below it, I hope to still see. Oh, there it is. So you can't see the body. I don't think I can get a good angle, but it's drying out below there. And so there's one. I also do want to show you this guy. Not quite open yet, but soon to be open. So this is a Mishima Victory, huge flower. This flower looks like it's going to be, 7 inches probably, but it is loaded. I don't know if you can get an idea of the size of these things, but it's got another couple of blooms there, and right behind this one there's another bloom spike coming out. There's 2 flowers on this coming out, so we'll be able to take a look at that in a little while. So let me go to another part of the garden and we'll take a look at the last monarch that's coming out. And there it is right there. It didn't have to go very far. And I was a little worried about this one because it was the chrysalis formed on this plant. Ew, sorry about that. And the plant itself didn't look that good. It might have got a little damaged in the, either from the cold or the movement or something like that. But anyway, it looks like it's in pretty good shape. We saw that emerge maybe surprising, maybe a couple hours ago, but that's ready to go, I think. All right, so that's all I have today. If you're interested, if you have some suggestions on how I should deal with my mourning dove invasions and the nesting, let me know in the comments. And happy propagating.